Hey, what's up, guys? So today I wanted to talk about these connectors that I use, why I use them, and I strongly recommend investing in getting these kind of connectors if you're doing a lot of truck projects like me. I use these on everything, between making my own custom body plugs and the body harness, all the way up to for my light bars, my backup lights, running stuff under the truck. I use any chance I can use these connectors, I use them. I try not to use any other connector besides these. And it's just, you can use them for so many different things. They're very easy to use. You can unplug them and plug them in. It's super easy. I just can't get enough with how smooth these connectors are. They never give me any issues. It's like they're just bulletproof. As long as you set them up right, they're awesome. And the cool part is they're interchangeable. So if I'm starting with a plug and I'm only using 2 wires, and then I decide to add some stuff later, like let's say I'm building a harness where I want my bumper to have, 6 lights, and I'm coming from the 2 original fogs and I'm going to 6 lights and I need to add more lights, I can go from a 2-pin and pull the wires out and put them in the 6-pin, and it's freaking awesome. So I just wanted to show you how to use them, what they come with, what you might need, what I use, and everything. So majority of the time when you're gonna need these two. Oh, nope, not those. Where'd they go? Here they are. So when I'm using these plugs, this is usually all the tools I grab. I grab these 5 tools and that's it. I got everything I need. You got your wire stripper, your specialty crimper, which I recommend getting this crimper. This is the only crimper I use, and it does it for everything I need on the truck. A little bitty flathead, wire cutters, and a pair of needle nose. That's all I use. And if you're wondering what crimper this is, I got it right here on Amazon for you, so I can show you exactly what I bought. And that's it right there. And it says it only goes up to 18 gauge. I use it all the way up to 22 gauge. And what it's meant for these closed barrel pins. These are the pins I use. Now these pins are a little bit more expensive. I buy them separately than the plugs, because typically what I do is I go on my Amazon or online somewhere and I buy the plugs online. So right here, boom, 4-pin. It comes with a pack of 10 of them. But it comes with these pins, and I think they're honestly garbage. But I got them here for you. They're open barrel ones, and you can still use them. They still work. I'm a fan of these. I love them. So basically, you strip the wire, you put it in there, and you basically use some crimper like this, and it basically smashes it into there. But it only really smashes it from one way versus this guy. If you look at it, it'll come from all 4 sides. It is awesome. So I think for $33, this is the one to get. And I only use that one, just that one, and it does, oh shit, it uses all the ones I need. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about all the pieces that come with the connector. You have the gaskets that go into the back, because these are waterproof plugs, and that's why I use them on outside the truck, under the truck, everywhere. You got the water gasket for inside the plug. You have these wedges for each plug to hold the pins in place so the wires can't come out, and then a gasket on the other end. So you got your male plug and your female plug. Now the female plugs use the male ones, and it's just vice versa. So the male plug uses the female pins. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to use them, how cool they are to use, and everything. So I'm not gonna mess with the open barrel ones, just because they're kind of a pain in the butt. But I did go ahead and crimp one for you to show you how it works. It's pretty. They're simple. They do work. You can use them. They're no problem. But I love them because they come in 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and then 12s. You can get ones that have mounting things on there, so I can mount them onto stuff. Like, let's say I want to mount this on the firewall coming out and just have a plug going in right there. It's super awesome. But let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how these bad boys work. Oh, another cool thing I wanted to show you guys, actually, that I almost forgot was, I like to go on WireCare. They have all kinds of cool stuff, and I get cool ideas. But these connectors are so awesome. They work on so many different things. You could use them for whatever, and they got bigger plugs for bigger wires, all kinds of stuff. If you want to go here and buy some kits, they got all the tools you can use, and everything on here is just, I'll go on here and just be on this website for an hour, just daydreaming on connectors that I want to get. So, but other than that, let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how they work. So, I already got a bunch crimped just as an example and stuff, but we'll go ahead and we'll start with the new one. So you got your fresh wire. You go ahead and bring your stripper here, crimp it. Oh, I don't think that was enough. We're gonna need a little more juice. No, that was too much. Now, you don't really need it to be too much because once you get your little barrel, your little pin, it's really not that deep. So, and it has a little hole so you can see the wire going in. So, as you can see, I stripped it a little bit too much, which is more than I like. So we're gonna go ahead and just nick a little off, twist it, put that on there, grab this, and the cool part, you just slip her in the hole, squeeze, and that's it. Boom, we're done. It got crimped from all 4 sides. And those suckers are on there. I've never had a wire slip out. Never. And then once you got it, you get your plug, you know, these will usually be already in there. And the cool part with them is they're numbered. So, let's see. We're gonna go ahead, let's put it in pin 3. So you get them, you just squeeze it and just push until it comes all the way level like that, and then it'll click into place. And now let's say you got all your wires in there and you're done. You bring your little weather gasket seal, put it on there, grab your wedge, and this wedge makes it so these pins can't come out. Now let's say we stuck it in 3, but we really want it in 2, and we're like, oh shit, what do we do? Go ahead and bring your little flathead, pull that tab down, slide her out, boom. So now we're gonna put her in pin 2 instead of pin 3. And voila, boom. And then you go ahead and bring your wedge, and voila, it's ready to go. And it's basically the exact same setup on there. You're just gonna use the male pins instead of the female. But let's say we're like, oh man, you know what? Actually, let's not use this big a plug. Let's go to something else. So you go ahead and bring your flathead here, pull the wedge off, pull the wire back out. And then all of a sudden, let's say we're gonna go to a 4-pin plug. That's what I love, how much you can change stuff up in here. Boom, put it in there. Grab your little weather gasket. Gonna grab our wedge. And boom, down to a 4-pin. So I just love how interchangeable it is. So if I have a 4-pinner here and then I want to add some more lights or have a bigger plug, instead of adding another plug, I could just pull it out and bump it up. And you know, they got the 2, 3s, 4s, all the way up to some crazy numbers. I just love how interchangeable they are. And then so let's see, we'll go ahead and do the female end. Let's see, we'll strip a wire, twist it. And so these pins, you want to use the right size one. So for example, these are the ones that I carry. These do 20 to 16 gauge wire. So these are for my smaller trigger wires usually. And then for my beefier wires, this 14 to 16 gauges I use. Let's see if I can show you the difference. Oh shit. So we got them 2 here. You see that one has a green stripe? That's how I already know it's for the thicker wires. And basically the hole's a little bit bigger. So this one will have the bigger hole. Kind of hard to tell, but it is. It is, trust me. So got our wire stripped. Go ahead and put our thing on there if I don't stop dropping everything. Grab our crimper, put it in there, squeeze, voila. Now, what pin number was this on? We're on pin number 1. So we're gonna grab this. Look at pin number 1 right there. Slide her in, she's all the way up. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab our wedge. This is where the needle nose comes in. And put her in that hole, put her in the slot, and voila, it's in there. Now this plug is ready to go. And voila. That's why I love these plugs. So I can't get enough of these plugs. The reason I made this video is to show, you know, any kits I sell, or, you know, if I send you anything and you use these plugs. For example, the heated and cooled seats, they come with these exact plugs. And I want some of the guys to use their factory wiring harness, because I think this plug is a lot better than the Ford plug on the seats. So what they can do is just cut off the old plug, crimp some new pins on, and then put these pins in the new plug, and boom, you have a super clean setup. They unplug and plug super easy. I can't get enough of these plugs. So I hope this helps someone out. I really strongly recommend investing into these plugs. I can't get enough of them. They're the best bang for the buck. I think they're freaking awesome. And I mainly use them all the way from 14 to 22 gauge wire. I use any chance I can use these plugs, I use them. For like example, I got these gauges for this truck, and I built these gauges ready to go with a plug. And basically I built this plug on the body side, so once I get the truck done, I can just slide this in, bolt it in, plug it in, boom, gauge is done. So it just makes everything super serviceable. I mean, you saw how fast I crimped and stripped these, and I just make a list. Since they are numbered, which is super awesome, I usually always write cheat sheets on parts to tell me what pin of everything does. So I can just look at this and be like, all right, pin 3 is ground. And if we look on there, boom, pin 3, black, ground. Easy as that. And if I want to switch stuff out, pull it out. Other than that, I can't get enough of these plugs. So I hope this helps someone out. If you have any questions about these plugs, let me know. I strongly recommend getting these pins, the closed barrel pins with the crimper over this setup. So you're going to have to invest a little bit of money to get this setup going, but this crimper is definitely the way to go. 100% get it. So, all right. I'll see y'all later. I got some work to do. I got a dash to build, so adios.